Dr. Tarek Younis, thank you so much for being with us on the Double Take. We're going to ask you a series of rapid-fire questions. You're a lecturer at a Middlesex University, so I'm sure you're going to come out firing. The first question is, your favorite reciter or qari of the Quran? You can't think, you just need to say the first thing that comes to mind.
Oh boy, Abdul Basit.
All right, tick. The last book that you read?
The last book that I read, The Therapeutic State.
What's that about?
That book looks at how the language of psychology has become so central to how politics is enacted on populations.
If I was to say, this is my ideal breakfast, what comes to mind?
Oh, chicken and waffles? No, I'm just playing. I can't. The ideal breakfast for me would be, there's a Turkish spread that I really love. Yeah.
Tell me it's a tahina with molasses.
You know, I don't want to say I'll say shakshuka. Shakshuka is one of my favorite.
I want to know what the Turkish spread is.
The Turkish spread, I'm forgetting the name actually, which is why I'm taking it back. But it has like eggs with ground beef in it, and then it has mascarpone with honey and all these things. So it's like a spread of different things.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Vegemite for a sec. If I was to say you could have dinner with anyone in history except the Prophet ﷺ, who would it be and why?
Oh boy, subhanAllah. I think I'd probably have it with Umar ibn Khattab. I don't know if that still counts. But, you know, I see Umar ibn Khattab and his character as sort of this pinnacle of firasa, you know, this sort of insight and understanding in other people. And you know, it's something that I aspire towards, inshallah.
And if I was to say you could have dinner with anyone alive, then who would it be?
Dinner with anyone alive? I mean, do you count? Because we can just start this off. This would be a good way to ask you out.
I was going to say double tick.
Should I still answer that question? Dinner. Should I still answer the question?
Go for it. Yeah, of course.
Dinner with anyone right now. I mean, I'll be honest. I think there's a brother named Yasser Morsi in Australia, for whom I have a lot of love and respect, and I would love to have dinner with him.
MashaAllah. I've met him a few times. A lovely guy. This one should be really interesting. If I was to say embarrassing mosque experience, what would that look like in the eyes of Dr. Tarek Younis?
Oh, I have too many to count. So I think the most embarrassing mosque experience, I mean, I'm not going to bring one up of myself simply because it won't be as funny. But there once was for Eid prayer at the. I guess this has to be faster. Should we? Maybe I'll try
go
to.
For it.
If you want to re-ask the question. Okay. So there was Eid prayer, and for the first time they brought in a Hanafi imam to lead the prayer. So this mosque actually was a musalla at Concordia University in Montreal. Was not used to having a Hanafi style Eid prayer. So it's important to note here that the Eid prayer for Hanafis has a takbir before you go down into ruku'ah. So what was hilarious, as I'm watching from the back, and probably the most embarrassing moment I've captured as a collective Muslim sort of ritual, was that everyone in the back went down into ruku'ah. You know, people in the middle were sort of going up and down because the people in the front went down but noticed that the imam didn't go down. So they're still standing. And then he said Allahu Akbar again, and now so the people in the back are all the way down in sujood. The people in the middle are sort of like disco dancing half up and down because they see that half the crowd in front are standing and the half in the crowd sort of in the back are down. And so the whole thing was just a giant, it seemed like just a bunch of kids at a playground trying to figure out what the rules of a game are.
No, fair enough. I've got a similar experience actually. At my local mosque, just normal, simple people like myself, but a lot of the heritage is from one particular village in Lebanon, right? So they only ever hear one style of recitation of the Quran. And so we had an African brother who led the prayer, and he was using a different qira'ah of the Quran. And so the Fatiha sounded very, very different. And as he's reciting, the first time these guys ever hear anything like it, they're all saying, Subhanallah, Subhanallah, you've made it. Okay, one last question. If you were able to bring two people together, who would they be?
Bring two people together?
Yeah, from across the world.
Across the world. I mean, I guess Yasser Mossi doesn't count anymore because I just had dinner with him. It would be, I think, myself and Tarek Tamer, who's part of this Yaqeen team. Him and I have been we were actually supposed to meet, so Tarek was supposed to come down and eat some of delicious London burgers. And if anyone's listening, I'm gonna tell everyone right now where the best burgers are in London. And one of them is in Barking. It's called Christina's. This is like a free advertisement for them. And Tarek and I were supposed to meet there. So that's still probably a plan in the making, inshallah.
We'll see you then, inshallah. Jazakallah khair, and thank you so much, Dr. Tarek.
Jazakallah khair. Barakallahu feekum.